Hello, Assalamualaikum to everyone, especially to Madam. Today I'm from Group 8. Want to do a presentation about pricing objective strategic for public transport. Before we start, I want to introduce my group members, which is myself, Aiman Darwish. Next one we have Asan Asha, and after that we have Syed Akid. And other than that we have Razin Naif, and the last one is Tajah Ahmad Abahan. So I want to start with the overview. For overview, I already summarized and divide by 5 points. The first one is revenue maximization, to aiming to generate maximum income from fare balancing rate and passenger need for financial sustainability. For the next one, we have fare equity and accessibility ensuring, by ensuring affordability for all socio-economic group through subsidy and discount promoting inclusivity. Other than that, we have cost recovery, by recovery operational costs through fare to reduce taxpayer burden, maintaining sustainability. Point number 4, we have environmental sustainability, by encourage eco-friendly transportation by offering incentive for low emission vehicle, align pricing with environmental goal. And the last one is service differentiation, providing various service level and pricing option to meet diverse passenger preference and needs. After that, we proceed to characteristic part. The first one, we have customer centric. It is to prioritize fare and accessibility fare, especially for low income individual, to ensure equitable and inclusive transportation. Next one, we have financial viability, to balance affordability for passenger for long-term financial sustainability, reducing realign on government subsidy. Number 3, we have environmental responsibility, by aligning pricing with sustainability goal and encouraging eco-friendly choice to lower the carbon footprint and attract environmentally conscious rider. For point number 4 is efficiency utilization, which is optimize resource allocation through incentive for off-peak travel, reducing congestion and improving overall service quality and environmental impact. For the last one, we have competitive and differentiated, which is offer unique service level and pricing option, include premium service and discount to remain competitive and meet diverse passenger preference. For the next part, I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, now we move on to the factor that marketers need to consider before selecting the pricing objective in marketing for public transportation. To make sure the strategy is in line with the larger goals and effectively serves the passengers, a number of factors must be carefully considered. Firstly is the cost. Understanding your cost requires a true examination of all costs related to operating the transportation service. Operational expenses like fuel, labour, car maintenance, insurance and other expenses are included. For example, in Malaysia, there's the Klang Valley Integrated Transit System (KITS), which include LRTs and MRTs. They perform a true cost analysis to determine pricing. Okay, next is the market conditions. The current demand for transport services, seasonal variations and trends in passenger behaviour are just a few examples. Pricing strategies can be improved by looking at demand trends, peak and off-peak hours and the effects of special occasions or holiday on ridership. For example, in Malaysia, during the Hari Raya holiday season, public transport providers there frequently change their pricing policies for the purpose of promoting travel. Another one is competitors' activities. For successful pricing, it's essential to comprehend your customers. Different passenger groups might have varying expectations and price sensitivities. For example, in Malaysia, public transport regularly offers seniors and student discounts in recognition of their unique pricing requirements. Furthermore, the market conditions. It's important to recognize the fares such as and promotions used by other transportation providers in your neighbourhood to price their services. In Malaysia, for example, because of their distinct pricing requirements, senior and student frequently receive discounted fares from public transportation providers, such as RapidKL. Lastly is the mission and vision of the company. Pricing policies should take into account accessibility and affordability if these values are prioritized in the company's mission. In Malaysia, for example, the provider of public transportation in Malaysia, Prasarana Malaysia Berhad, is dedicated to advancing affordable and environmentally friendly modes of transportation. This is consistent with the Malaysian government's goal of providing effective transit services at a reasonable cost. That's all from me. Thank you. And I will pass it to the next presenter, Syed Akid.
So today I will discuss about the steps in planning and selecting proper objective in marketing for public transportation. So there are 8 steps in planning and selecting proper objective. The first step is determine goals. The initial step in planning marketing objectives for public transportation is to determine goals, considering factors like ridership, public perception, accessibility, and revenue. This involves evaluating stakeholders, conducting a SWOT analysis, and setting SMART goals. The second step, market and demand analysis. This is to plan effective marketing objective for public transportation. Start by defining your analysis purpose and identifying key stakeholders. For the third step, which is analyze target market preference, this is to plan effective marketing objective for public transportation. Conduct through market research to understand passenger demographics and behaviors. The fourth step is competitor analysis. It is effective competitor analysis is essential in public transportation marketing. It involves identifying competitors, evaluating their strength and weakness, and analyzing customer feedback. The fifth step is create and select pricing objective. This is to create effective pricing objective for a public transportation system. Begin with a comprehensive market analysis to understand your target audience. The sixth step, which is implement the pricing objective. This is to establish effective pricing objective for public transportation. Begin with a comprehensive market analysis and audience segmentation. The seventh step is measure the success signals. This is to plan effective marketing objective for public transportation. Start by understanding the market and your audience. And the final step, which is the re-implement or reselecting. It is to re-implement or reselecting marketing objective for public transportation. Start with a thorough assessment of current situation. Conduct market research and segment your audience and prioritize your objective. So that's all from me. Next, I will pass to Razin.
There are some signals of successful pricing objective selection and implementation, which is first, business sustainability. When public transportation hits its rider goal, it signals effective pricing, boosts affordability and service quality. Second is revenue increase. Meeting revenue goals shows effective pricing, improving finances and operations. Next is profit increase. Meeting financial goals through pricing strategies boosts company health, enabling investments that attract more riders and income. Fourth is satisfaction increase. Rider satisfaction drives ongoing public transportation use. Price and service quality satisfaction encourage continued use gathered through surveys and focus groups. Last but not least is employee retention. Retain employees with fair pay, competitive benefits, growth opportunities, and supportive work environment. Adjust pricing goals as necessary based on results. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
About do's and don'ts in planning and selecting pricing objectives in marketing for public transportation. So the first do is understanding the pricing objective. When planning pricing objective for public transportation marketing, it's crucial to grasp what pricing objectives are. These are strategic goals that guide pricing decision. Marketers should assess their target market unique needs, considering the factors like pricing, convenience, and competition. Next is to segmenting the market, which is to plan pricing goals effectively. It is essential to divide the potential customer base into groups with similar characteristic, behavior, and preferences. And last but not least, for those is in-depth understanding of the target market, which is to choose pricing goals wisely through to being thorough. Market research is essential by understanding the passengers' demography, preferences, and behaviors. For don'ts, the first one is blindly increase the price. One thing marketers must not do when setting pricing objective for public transit is blindly raising the fares. This can harm ridership of public perception. Next is decision without proper planning. Marketers should avoid making quick and ill-considering pricing decision without proper planning. Rash decision can lead to various problems, including revenue loss, financial instability, and customer dissatisfaction. And last one for don'ts is play price game, which is engaging in price wars, whether by raising or lowering fares without strategy. Should be approached with caution. Such changes driven by competition or short-term gains can have serious consequences. Instead, follow a deliberate pricing approach based on market analysis, passages, demographic and competitor strategies.